I beat my pregnant daughter-in-law and then murdered my eldest son. These may not even be the worst things I did to other people. I am Ivan the Terrible, first Tsar of Russia. I was born in 1530. My father died when I was 3 years old, and I became Grand Prince. My mother was to rule until I became of age, but she was poisoned and died when I was 8. I was left an orphan and the ruler of a vast and unstable empire, and was caught in the middle of a bloody power struggle. My childhood was lonely and difficult, and I would carry this with me for the rest of my life. My nickname suggests a bloodthirsty and ineffective tyrant, but when the Terrible title was first coined, it was intended to suggest an awe-inspiring and fearsome power. Accomplishing more than previous leaders, I aggressively expanded Russian territory, centralizing a system of governance under my control. I waged a series of unsuccessful wars against the Duchy of Lithuania and the kingdoms of Poland and Sweden. These resulted in enormous suffering to my people. My allies then abandoned me. My wife was murdered, poisoned like my mother, and my closest advisor switched sides to fight alongside my enemies. All this resulted in intense paranoia for me. I established the Oprichnina, a special police force to carry out acts of terror involving the execution of nobility and taking their lands. I became increasingly prone to episodic outbreaks of mental instability. In 1581, I had a violent argument with my son, Ivan the Younger. I struck him in the head with a staff, and he died a few days later. I was overcome with grief and guilt, and I became even more withdrawn and isolated. I died in 1584, leaving Russia in a state of chaos. My son, Fyodor I, succeeded me, but he was a weak and indecisive ruler. Russia was soon plunged into a period of civil war and foreign invasion.